Okay, I've got a couple of questions for you that you might like to investigate or get curious about for yourself in terms of when we feel like we're stuck or we can't change something, right? that has happened a lot for me early on in my healing journey, early on in my life. I always felt quite trapped and I've shortcomings, let's put it that way. I always felt like everything was so much more hard work for me. Learning didn't come easy. I always felt a little bit slow or dumb and those kind of things, right? So it just naturally, everything was kind of based on that. Everything in my life was built on that baseline. So when my PTSD hit, for example, when I had all these mental health issues, for me that was just more of evidence how flawed I already was, and evidence that nothing in my life will ever change for the better. Nothing will ever turn out good for me. Everything's just gonna get gradually worse, like I'm just basically stuffed. Right? And but what we want to get curious about is like when we're saying to the brain that nothing in my life has ever changed for the better, it will always find evidence for it. And in a way, we almost want to like to try and trick our mind if that's possible. But to just ask the question, show me where in my life things have changed for me. Like command your mind to come up with evidence, with examples, with experiences in your life where you weren't able to do something and then you could, or where something did turn out better for you, right? And there must be some really bizarre examples that your mind comes up with, right? And there might be nothing for a little while, but eventually it gets used to you getting curious about that, and it will flood you with experiences where things changed, right? And one that always comes to mind for me is like up until my 30s, I absolutely hated olives. I find them disgusting. Even if you pick it off the food, you can still kind of taste the remnants of it, and it's just, it's disgusting. And now I actually love olives. I eat them with nothing. I just love it. And it's like, oh wow, just have a think about that. If your taste buds can change so drastically from being disgusted by a certain taste to absolutely loving it, what else is possible for my body? Right? Just think about that. If that is actually possible for you to have such a drastic change in taste, what else is possible? I can tell you the unimaginable, because I also pretty much, for more like the first 4 decades of my life, I had nothing but hate towards myself. I found myself disgusting, a disgrace, a disappointment. I just hated myself. Right? And you can even change that. I have so much love for myself, for this container, this body. It's like I pretty much dropped everything in my life to come back to the better. It's almost like the essentials. It's like, how can I look after this body? How can I give it these experiences that feel nurturing, that feel delicious, that feel good? There's just so much love. It has nothing to do with being narcissistic or selfish, because the more you're filled up with love, it just overflows. It has to have a ripple on effect. No, even if someone comes into your life that is kind of abusive or says some horrible things to you, it might still hurt, it might still do something within you, but when you're so filled with love, there's remnants of pain there, but nothing to the point like when you had a PTSD trigger, for example, right? When you were really severely triggered into flashbacks and things like that. There's nothing like that. Right? There's just so much love. So there's just something to get really curious about. Just what is actually possible in terms of change, right? Where is the truth? Where is really the evidence that I cannot change? If that is a very strong belief of yours, right? Maybe get curious about that and let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you, because this has been an area I was working on for myself on my healing journey for many years, right? Many journaling books, many sessions, many courses, and to realize now, it's just, it's delicious. It's life is so much better right now than I could have ever imagined. It doesn't mean that nothing bad happens in my life. It doesn't mean that I never have any physical pain. So I just injured my wrist recently, but those things are still there. But there isn't this chronic suffering, that inner turmoil, this darkness that is, it's just not there. That's my wish for you too. Talk soon.